One of the challenges I think we have with alts in general, real estate too, would fall under this umbrella, is here's something that isn't valued that often, that's worth an awful lot of money, but you can't easily get cash out of it. Right. So when you start looking at estate plans and you're looking at farmers or your clients that may hold other types of real estate positions, I guess we're going to share a little bit who's on that team. What does that process look like? And
we like to look at ourselves as kind of the quarterback of the team.
I like that,
if you will.
Yeah.
But we want the attorney involved. We want the CPA involved, and potentially we want that next generation, right? A son or a daughter involved in the conversation too. But, and I really think it starts from ownership of each tract of land. There's many times that we'll come across and somebody's got way over the Illinois estate tax limit. And I'm like, how do you own your land? And they're like, joint. I'm like, we need to do something now.
Walk us through, why is joint bad in Illinois? Why are you going to get
in
hit?
Illinois? We've just got a $4 million exemption, and if one of you dies, simply put, it goes to the other one, so we don't get
there's no portability or anything like that.
Don't get to take advantage of it. So yeah, it's something that for a lot, just doing basic trusts and titling tracts of land in the correct trust is a big step towards minimizing the estate tax bill.
So let's talk a little wealth management.
Yeah.
If you're comfortable with that.
Sure.
So when we look at somebody that's got real estate or alt in a position, give me some perspective. If I come to you and I'm heavy in stocks and bonds, let's say 95% of my net worth is in stocks and bonds, and I say, I'm looking at something different, be it an apartment building, some sort of maybe private investment or capital group. How do we evaluate that decision? How do you go through? Is this a good decision, bad decision? Do we stay with the stocks and bonds?
Right.
Do we look at it? What kind of processes you guys use to look through things?
Yeah. So I kind of break things down to alternative assets and think of alternative assets might be today, the financial markets are so good at coming up with products that you can do almost anything, right? So if you want gold exposure, you can buy the GLD ETF, right?
Sure.
You don't need to go get gold bars and put them in your basement. Crypto assets, there's a kind of a newer asset class, but now crypto is in essence electronically traded. So we would term those as liquid daily.
Okay.
But an alternative asset. Might not track stocks and bonds. Where alternative investment, right? I probably am focused on things that have more liquidity issues around them. And farmland might be, is one of those, right? That just like a private equity fund might be too, that, hey, you stick money in this, you can't call or liquidate the next day and get your money back out.
So the important part is educating clients around liquidity premium.
Correct.
Right. That's going to be key to this decision.
Correct.
Is okay. Now understand that tomorrow you can't go to cash here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you find some pushback there or comfortableness, or kind of where have you seen those conversations go?
In general, people like to be able to grab their money.
It's true. And I think that's where we see in my view of this world, we've seen alternatives. And when I say alts in this context, we're really looking at things like real estate or land or private equity, flat out private equity hedge fund.
Sure.
We've been very comfortable in the institutional space. We've seen them used in insurance company reserve accounts and in state pension accounts and other types of DB plans. We're very comfortable there because we can time liquidity premiums pretty much, right? We can time liquidity events.
Yep.
I think we're starting to see that roll down, and maybe it's a function of tech and reporting and ease of access and cost getting in to the family office space.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
The airplane client space, I guess would be a good way to say it. Right. We're seeing more alts kind of flow to that. But I also think there's a real dynamic here that if you've got way more than enough money than you ever need to retire, there's some you're just not going to touch, and I think that's just sort of a common sense dynamic.